Hey, how's it going? Today I'm talking about the Finisher Framework, Part 2, Strength.
This is Running to the Castle, a podcast for injury-prone Run Disney runners on a journey to running magical miles. Join me, Dr. Allie, as I share the secrets I've gathered as a runner, doctor of physical therapy, and coach. You'll learn the exact ways I get my clients to the castle strong without feeling broken or held together with KT tape as they cross the finish line.
I'm starting the series off with the category that I get the most questions about, and that's strength. I get DMs, emails, comments daily about strength exercises. Typically, it's something like, I have this pain. What strength exercises can I do to get rid of it? And I love the enthusiasm to be doing something to get rid of the pain and keep running. So let's get into it. Strength exercises, as you know, are very important to running fast, far, and injury-free. But how do you actually incorporate strength training into your Run Disney race training without overdoing it? And what exercises are actually the best to do? I'm so glad you asked. Before we dive into incorporating it and which ones to do, let's talk about who strength exercises are for and who they aren't for. Strength exercises are for the runner who has time to strength train, wants to boost their performance, can do them pain-free with proper form, and has more than 2 months before their race. So the first one, having time to strength train. If you flat out don't have time to strength train, but you're signed up for a Run Disney race or planning to sign up, strength training is important, but it's not the number one priority if you're planning to do a running race. Running is, or cardiovascular fitness is. So if you don't have the time to strength train, it's not for you. Strength training is for somebody who wants to boost their performance. If you are feeling satisfied with where you're at, you don't need to improve on speed, power, strength, or you're running fine injury free. You might not need strength exercises. Strength exercises are for somebody who can do them pain-free with proper form. If you can't do a specific strength exercise without pain or without doing it in proper form, that's not the strength exercise for you. And finally, you have more than 2 months before the race. If you don't have more than 2 months before the race, don't start a strength training program. You need strength training to happen in its own little world, so to speak. You don't want to change too many variables all at once. You can do it all. You can't do it all at once. So strength exercises, if you're new to strength exercises or doing new strength exercises, maybe you've done strength training before, but these are new exercises, a new program. If you don't have more than 2 months before your race, now's not the time to do them. What can strength exercises do? Strength exercises can improve your strength, improve your power, improve your speed, and support joints like your knees. So improving strength, of course, strength exercises can improve your strength. They build muscle. They can improve your power, meaning your ability to push off the ground, push through the ground, your just oomph that you're using to run. It can improve your speed. The stronger your muscles are, the quicker they are able to adapt and go faster. Now, of course, you'll need other things besides strength exercises to get faster, but they do help. Then they support your joints, like your knees as an example. So when you hear your doctor say, "Oh, you have knee pain, you need to strengthen your knees." Not really necessarily true. It doesn't get rid of knee pain. I'll talk about that in a minute. But your muscles can support your joints to help position and offload those knees so that you're better supported. If your muscles aren't very strong, what ends up happening is that your bones, your skeletal system, your bones literally take the brunt of the force and you stay standing up. The best example I can give is somebody who has a weak core can stay in an upright position by locking out their pelvis and relying on their Y ligaments. We call it hanging on the Ys. Your Y ligaments are in the front of your hips. And if you position yourself just right, you can make it so that you can stay in an upright position without actually using your core or your glutes, and you're hanging on your Ys. It's very common in very tall, lanky, but not athletic people. Strength exercises are not for a runner who has a race this week, has less than 2 months before their race, has pain prohibiting them from performing the exercise properly, and has an overuse or overtraining injury. So we've already talked about these a little bit. If you have a race this week or less than 2 months before your race, now is not the time to start strength exercises. This is very common that somebody will message me, hey, I have a race in 6 weeks, or I have a race next week. I have this knee pain. What strength exercises can I do to get rid of this knee pain? Strength exercises, A, won't get rid of that knee pain, and B, now's not the time to start something new. Your body needs to get ready for that race, and there's not enough time to strength train and get ready for the race. If you have pain prohibiting you from performing the exercise properly, that is a no-go. Do not do this. It doesn't mean you can't do it ever. It just means not this, not right now. Pain is your body's way of telling you, not this, not right now. You need to find an alternative exercise to do. If you have an overuse or an overtraining injury and you add more things to it, like strength exercises, not only are you going to still be in pain, you are adding to that overuse or overtraining injury. You are adding more for it to do. It would be like an overwhelmed mom who has kids who need to be at practice. She needs to go to work. She has a deadline, and the dad says, well, why don't you just make a 4-course meal for dinner tonight? I really want that. That is not going to make her any less overwhelmed. Maybe the person, I said dad, but the partner could make that dinner for them or could drive the kids to soccer practice. We aren't adding more to the plate. We are not adding more to this injury. We want to take away. So adding more strength exercises does not cure an overuse or an overtraining injury while you're in the thick of it. What can strength exercises not do? Strength exercises cannot work miracles overnight. They cannot improve strength in a week, and they cannot cure pain from an overuse or an overtraining injury. So they can't work miracles overnight. If you have ever heard somebody say, oh, I just did squats last night and now my knee pain is gone, that was not from strength training. That was from adding some more movement. Yes, a squat exercise could be considered a strength exercise, but it's also considered just a movement, a mobility movement. That person's knee was quote unquote cured overnight because it liked the amount of movement that that person did. And even if that person is feeling better today, I would bet that the next day or in 2 days, their knee hurts again or their whatever hurts again because it doesn't cure it overnight. It also doesn't improve strength in a week. If you start a strength program and you're upset that you are not getting stronger, that you are not able to lift something heavier by the end of the week, that's okay. It's not supposed to do that. It literally takes 3 months physiologically for our muscles to gain strength. They have to break down, rebuild, and have added amino acids, protein added to them to start building more. And then I already mentioned this, they cannot cure pain from an overuse or an overtraining injury. If you've ever been to physical therapy, and I know many of you listening have, and you hear the doctor and your friends and your mom and other runners say, oh, you have runner's knee, you need to go to physical therapy, they'll fix your pain. If you've ever gone there, you will notice that they are also doing other things in addition to exercises. They are doing ice, heat, e-stim, massage, stretching, range of motion. Not every exercise is for strength. Some is for mobility, some is for movement, some is, just range of motion. But you'll notice that you're not starting right off the bat with all of these heavy duty strength exercises. You're probably doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, ice, heat, the e-stim, all of those things. Because strength exercises themselves don't cure the pain for the overuse or the overtraining injury. They're doing the other things to help the pain while also making sure that your muscles get stimulated and get some form of load so that they don't backtrack. Okay, so now that we've discussed who strength exercises are for and who they're not for, and what they can and cannot do, let's get into incorporating them to help you cross the finish line. When I'm working with a client, I'm reviewing their whole program at once and making sure each part coincides and complements with the next. And as you know, there are 5 different phases of a successful running journey. That's build, training, taper, race, and rest and recovery. These phases are separate of the finisher framework. The finisher framework is adapted and adjusted depending on what phase of the running journey you're in. So when you're incorporating strength into your program, think first about what phase you're in. Are you building? This phase is when you're not training for a race. Consider this your pre-training phase. It's the 3 or more months before you start training for a race. So if you're registered for Dopey, this time frame would start after your last race, let's say Princess, and go up until it's time to train for Dopey, so July. So that's March through the end of June. If you're in the build phase, your main focus is building strength and or speed. Strength training is great for this phase because you can make some good gains. I recommend doing strength training before a run or cross training activity. But if you're in the training phase of your running journey, you're presently training for a race, strength training should be done after run or cross training activity. So you save your energy for the main priority. So build phase, main priority is strength and or speed. Do your strength first. Training phase, priority is training for that race. Do the running first, do the strength train after. When you're a few weeks to a month away from your race, that's when you're in taper phase and you tone back your strength workouts. You want to maximize your energy in your muscles, not exhausting them with running or strength training. So strength training will take a backseat. You can definitely still strength train, especially if you're a seasoned runner or experienced with strength training, but consider lifting light or medium weights instead of heavy. When you're in race phase, this is the week of your race. I recommend no strength training at all this week. No need to tire out your muscles and no need to risk dropping a weight on your toe and having a sore toe or foot for race day. When you're in rest and recovery phase, this is the 10 to 14 days immediately after your race, though it could last longer if you're taking extra time off from race weekends for a while. I recommend holding off on strength training the 7 days after your race. Consider light to medium weights or still no weights in the 8 to 14 days after the race. And then after that, depending on what your goals are, you can get back to strength training. So that's how you incorporate strength training into your routine, depending on where you're at in your running journey. But what should you be doing? I recommend using light, medium, and heavy weight categories where light is body weight or up to 25% of your 1 rep max. Medium is up to 50% of your 1 rep max, and heavy is 75 to 80% of your 1 rep max. The heavier the weight, the fewer reps you should do. And the light or body weight, you can do more repetitions. If you're looking to build muscle, power, and speed, you need heavier weights more often. If you're looking to maintain or gain a little strength, mainly looking for general joint and running support, or are rehabbing injuries, I recommend lighter weights for higher repetitions more often. My clients in Stronger, Faster, Finisher, they all complete a 1-rep max test to find out the absolute heaviest weight they can use for each particular exercise. Then we collaborate to build the strength workout that works best for them. When they're in the build phase or early in the training phase and they're looking to get faster, they do heavy workouts 2 days a week, and they may add a third heavy or medium strength workout day. For my clients who have a history of injury, wanting to finish the race without getting hurt again, or are new to strength training, I collaborate with them to form a light and medium strength workout schedule. And the specific exercises they do are strictly based on them. What equipment they have access to, what strength exercises they like to do, what exercises they can safely do. Some of my clients use equipment at the gym and others do body weight exercises at home. I have a full library of exercises to choose from. And if my client doesn't like an exercise, it's just not included in their program. I hate push-ups, so I don't do push-ups. I do a chest press or a bench press instead. It still works the same muscles, just a different exercise. The best strength exercise to do is the one you'll do consistently. But there are things I recommend considering when you're choosing strength exercises to do. Do at least one exercise for every major muscle group. So your quads and hip flexors, posterior glutes, lateral glutes, shins, calves, core with a face up position and a face down position, chest, upper back, shoulders doing a rotation, shoulders doing a lateral movement, biceps and triceps. I think that's all of them. And it's good if you can get to single leg exercises for the leg exercises. As runners, we are on one leg at a time when we're running. That's the literal difference between walking and running. Single versus double limb support. So if you're looking to do strength exercises to mimic the position you're in when running, do single leg standing exercises. But that's the goal. Remember, I said the best strength exercise is the one that you'll do consistently. If you don't like single leg Romanian deadlifts, but you'll do ham curls with a weight, then ham curls with a weight is a better strength exercise for you because you'll do it. They both strengthen the hamstrings, but the single leg RDL can't strengthen your hamstrings if you don't do it. One final thought about strength exercises. Please remember that although your doctor probably told you you have knee pain because you're weak, and if you strengthen your knees, your knee pain will go away, strength exercises are horrible at getting rid of pain. The missing piece is the managing pain part of that rehab process. Remember, I was describing physical therapy clinics doing the ice, the heat, the e-stim, the ultrasound, the what have you to help manage the pain. Please manage your pain first before doing strength exercises. It's not a no pain, no gain situation. Pain is your body's way of telling you, not this, not right now. There are things you can do to manage pain first before doing strength exercises. Or if you have pain with a certain strength exercise, doing more of that exercise will only make that pain worse, not better. Find another exercise to do instead, and in a few months, if you want to try that one again, by all means, try it out. Okay, that's the finisher framework strength category. Choose when you strength train based on what phase of the running journey you're in. Find light, medium, and heavy weights. Choose at least one strength exercise for every major muscle group, and choose exercises you like that don't hurt. Take what you've learned in this episode and use it to adjust your training strategy for your RunDisney race. The finisher framework isn't just a checklist. It's a smarter way to train so you finish strong, not broken. And if you want personalized guidance specific to your race, your injury history, your running background, and your goals, that's exactly what we do inside Stronger, Faster, Finisher. You'll get step-by-step instructions and a proven system to help you train smarter from start to finish. Join the waitlist today to be the first to know when it opens next. Okay, next time I'm talking about the finisher framework training category. Stay tuned for that episode next.
Hey, can I ask a quick favor? If you're enjoying this podcast, would you take 20 seconds to leave a rating and review? Leaving a rating and a review helps other runners find this podcast because the platform you're listening to this on will start suggesting it to runners like you. All it takes is 20 seconds. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast. As always, thanks so much for listening. That's all for now. Talk to you soon.